Welcome guys. This is an updated video on line center and using a saw. So I've done a video yesterday that I show you how to use a saw and to do a slot with the finish radius. Now my issue was that, so technically what I did, just to backtrack, I used that bottom of that saw. I touched it off on the material. I set this as a 0, okay, and then when I was running it, I still had a little bottom kind of line that didn't match with the keyway, so I had to make an adjustment. Right now, how do you make that adjustment? Because that particular line center is done with the controlling Z and controlling Y, right? So the Y goes up and down, Z goes this way, and X goes here. And let me show you quickly. So like I said, if we have a line center, so what I did was the actually X, which is the shift R, okay? So the shift R, which is X, is actually double. So what I did was, as you see, 0 and 0. So since I set this my 0, this OD to a 0, that's the final value. But I could have also set it to the material, which is 625,000. So then my R would be half of that. But since I set it to the 0, it's just easier for me to just to program it that way. You can also program it to the center. If, let's say, this is 900,000, right? So that means the bottom of this would be 450 or minus. So this is 0, and like I said, I can control the depth, okay, and I can control on a Z. But if I wanna spread this, you can break it into what I did was like into multiple units, and on one of them you see shift R is 0, the other one is shift R 1000. So 1000, that's technically gonna push it 2000 on the diameter, okay? So with that shift R 1000, when you look at the position on your X, is gonna be minus 2000. So what happens is technically it's gonna give you additional 2000 space on the keyway. So for example, if you have a keyway that it has to be, let's say, 100, 2000 or 100, 4000, for example, but your saw or your tool is, let's say, 100,000, you can run it with a 0, and then you can drop minus 2000 and rerun it, and it will pick up the additional 4000. So technically, like I said, I mean, your X is technically, you put the value half because it's gonna double it, but your Z's and your Y's are gonna be actual to the machine position. All right, guys, thank you, and see you next time.